Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of the United Gamedom podcast 2017 Game of the Year special. We have gone through our disappointments on numbers 10 to 6. So before we get into our top 5, we will go through our honorable mentions and a few games that we just didn't get around to actually playing, and we kind of wish we did
Yep.
though. Try not to go too long on these here now.
Yeah.
So Dennis, what are your honorable mentions?
Okay, one of them is the game that was fighting with Cook Serve Delicious 2 for number 10. It is What Remains of Edith Finch. That game is really good. Yeah, most of it is really good. I would say, it's you play as Edith Finch, who goes back to her house, and she lives through a couple of her family's last moments before they pass on, because there's seemingly a curse or something going on with the house that every member of the family dies for certain reasons. And you're going through the final moments of certain members of the family and seeing what happened to them and everything. Some of them are really memorable, really well done. Some of them a little bit less. Like some of them are like, okay, this is all right, but it's not fantastic. I would say the standout is the one that Giant Bomb talked about. I don't know if you heard the one with the guy that
The cannery
the
one.
cannery
Yeah,
one.
I talked about that. Yeah,
I think that's the standout story of that whole thing. It's the last story in the game, actually. Um, that's the standout in that game. It is really good. It's fantastic. I'm not gonna tell it here, so you guys can experience it for yourselves. But
I know what happens to it
yeah,
anyway because I
but it's
I I heard, I was listening to it though,
it's
so I know
fantastic.
what
The way
happens.
that it's done, that it's realized, it is really good. It is worth playing. It's probably a little expensive for its runtime. Like it's probably 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's not very long though, and like it's actually I was considering getting it though over the holiday sale, but it's like nah, just didn't
It's like 25
didn't
bucks
take
for
the
90
plunge.
minutes, so it's kind of I got it for 13 during a sale, but
Yeah, it was like £9 odd.
yeah.
I think it's still on sale on the PS4, I
Yeah, it
believe.
is.
So it
Yeah.
is. So I might get it though. But yeah, it's not very long. It's like 90 minutes to 2 hours though. But I heard a lot of good things about this game though.
It is very good. I really enjoyed it. Uh, it's worth checking out for sure. Another game that is in my honorable mentions is the prequel to a game that was my game of the year in 2016, but this one didn't hit as hard as that one. It is Life is Strange Before the Storm, which I played recently. Uh,
You mean 2015?
2015. Yes, I'm sorry. That's right. 2016 was something else. Um, yeah, 2015, my game of the year. Um, this one, not as much. It's a good game, but it is not. It didn't hit me as much as the original Life is Strange did. Like it didn't. I thought there weren't enough moments in the game that made me go, "Oh my God, wow, okay, oh crap, this happened, okay." It's like there are a couple of them, like there are two, three of them that are like, okay, whoa, but for the rest, it's just it's a telltale-ish type game that you go through, and your actions have consequences, and you do stuff. Talk to people, and you play as Chloe instead of playing as Max in this one. And it's before she became the Chloe that we know in the original Life is Strange. Um,
It takes place, I think, what, 3 years, I believe, before
3 years before.
3 or 4 years before the events of Life is
Well, at
Strange.
the very end in episode 3, she does dye her hair blue.
That's going through like the journey though, but it is takes place. I think it's like 2010.
Hmm. Yeah, it's 2010. Yeah.
And I think Life is Strange is like 2013, 2014, I believe.
Hmm. So yeah, it's it tells the story of her and Rachel Amber, meeting up and going through some stuff together, and I liked it. I mean, it's a good game. It's not enough for me to put in my top 10, but it's a good game. As I said, it's not as hard hitting as the first series was for me. I didn't really think it was anyway. There's some good stuff in there, but not enough for me to put it in my top 10.
Yeah, like I was close. Like I did say it on Twitter though, this is going to be in my top 10, but like I just ended up not bothering though. But it was close to being in my top 10. But I just looking back, it's like yeah, that the first I actually quite like the first two episodes, and the third episode kind of falls apart a bit
Yeah,
towards the end. Just felt
and it
like
drags and
is
it's
that
kind of
is that it then? Like the ending
hmm
to it was just like I wish this was done
the ending
better.
is disappointing to me.
Yeah.
It is disappointing. It's like, okay, well, it's over. Oh, okay, whatever. Okay, I know there's another bonus episode coming out soon, which takes place way before the events of this one. Even I think it's before even Chloe's dad dies. It's way before that. Like
And
they're
also, it's
kids.
the original voice
Yeah, original voice
actors
actors are
back as
back
well.
also.
Yeah, Ashley Burch and that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the thing as well that this was the voices in this one are not the voices, like it's not Ashley Burch doing the voice of Chloe.
No.
Um, I think her name is Brianna DeVries or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. Yeah. She did a
Is
good
it
job.
pronounced
I
something?
think she did a
I didn't mind it, to
yeah.
be honest though. I thought
She did a
like
good
I
job.
didn't like when I was listening to this, I didn't think that voice acting, like some people were a bit put off with the voices in this game though, but I personally wasn't. I thought these people did their, like you definitely can tell it wasn't Ashley Birch now,
Yeah.
but I think she did a good
And
job.
it's not Don't Nod.
Like
It's not Don't Nod that does the
yeah, it's Deck
Deck
Nine.
9. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Don't Nod are
but like
working on
Ashley,
the new Life
yeah,
is
like
Strange.
that and they're doing that vampire game
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's not in my top 10. It's still a good game though. Middle Earth: Shadow of War, another honorable mention. I liked what I played of this game. Uh, the combat is phenomenal. I really love the combat in this game. The Nemesis system is better than it ever was. It is really, really good in this one. Um, the only thing that made this game fall apart for me is that it is repetitive as fuck. It is
There's just
very repetitive.
there's just too much for its own good, to be honest.
Yeah,
And by the time you get through a couple of the fortresses, you just realize, yeah, I've seen what this game has to offer, and I just don't want to put another 20 hours doing the same stuff
yeah,
over and over and over again.
exactly.
Like that's pretty much the reason why dropped out of it as well. Though, like I put 20 odd hours into it. It's like, yep, I had enjoyed my time with it though, but I just like yeah, it's like and especially hearing about how the end game is, if you want to get like the true ending, it's like I'm definitely not going to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah. So it's a good game, but it's way too much. There's too many things to do, and there's too many things to go through that kind of put me off in the end. And I don't know if it's the same for you, but I was at a point where I was way too strong for everybody. Like I was just fucking going through everybody like no problem at all. So that kind of takes away a little bit. I like easy games, but this was a little too easy for me. Like it takes away from the action and everything. So still a good game.
Yeah, the thing as well for me as well, I wasn't doing like the whole just get a few people and evade the fortress or something. I made sure everyone is on. I made sure every captain's on my side. I made
Yeah.
sure I get the war
Yeah.
chiefs, like they get on the war chiefs. I just make sure everyone, and that's why I kind of became a bit of a grind, because I was going
Yeah,
through
that
that
takes
way there
forever.
where
That takes forever to
yeah,
do.
that does take forever. And like when you get to when you capture the point when you're doing like the siege
Mhm.
missions, then the captain the war chief comes out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, he's on my side now, so you don't need to like fight him now, because if you didn't, then you had to like fight them. So I just did it the sort of easier way, even though, like I said, it's a bit of a grind.
Yeah, it's very, very, very a lot of a grind to go through that game. Another honorable mention, the reason why I got my Nintendo Switch, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, is a game that I really enjoyed. Not enough for me to push through. Like, I completely fell off from that game after a while. I bring up some stuff that you said, the durability of the weapons, the fact that you have to cook all the time to get your stuff going. Like, you have to prepare your meals and, get some meals to get more hearts, get more, health, get more resistance and all that stuff.
Yeah, like I didn't really mention that stuff though, but yeah, like that whole resistance stuff as well. Like I didn't really mind that, and like there's a point as well. Like you can't fill that up with loads of stuff. Cause there's a point though where it becomes full as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing you just pick up endless amounts of is all the material stuff.
Yeah.
But everything else, like, there's a limit.
That kind of put me off of it, but it's a gorgeous game. It's very well made. The open world is fantastic. It looks very good. I certainly want to go back to it and try to go through it and finish it. But yeah, I sadly didn't. After playing Horizon, I wasn't really, wanting to continue on with this one too much, which is sad. But
that's the thing as well. Like you said out there about after playing Horizon, I just couldn't get into Zelda that much, or didn't persevere. Whereas it's pretty much the case with a lot of the other way around with a lot of people,
exactly.
where a lot of people played Zelda, and when they went to Horizon, it's like not too. Like I just think that's just a big mistake though, going from this and then going straight to one or the other. Though that's why I kind of took the 4-month break.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I didn't want to go straight to Zelda after playing through Horizon. Like I put 50 hours into Horizon.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to go straight to Zelda now because.
Exactly.
I just would like. It's just like okay, because they're similar games and certain like their differences. Like the thing I like about Zelda, I forgot to mention as well. You can climb everywhere in that game.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. If it's not raining, of course. But.
Oh geez, yeah. So yeah, I like when you mention the stuff now, I just completely forgot about that. That was that was another thing I did not like about this game. It rained too damn.
Oh yeah, it rains all the time. It fucking rains all the time. That's another thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, cool. I can't climb here, so I'm gonna go around, and so.
Yeah, I'll have to wait. Like I'll have to wait a few minutes before it stops raining again.
Yep.
I'll climb up now. Oh wait, it's gonna rain again another 5 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a little off-putting, but it's still a fantastic game. Game that you just mentioned, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I really love the story. I love the motion capture. It looks absolutely amazing. The faces look great. The emotion on the faces are absolutely incredible. Like I got chills most of the time when watching Senua go through the stuff she was going through. It's really like emotional and it's really gripping and all that.
But that's the thing as well with Ninja Theory as well. They've always sort of been kind of masters of the motion capture, even back then with the original, Heavenly Sword.
Mm-hmm.
That was like motion capture stuff as well. Because like did you ever play Heavenly Sword?
No, I haven't.
No. Like if you ever watching it, this is back in the early days of the PS3 now, and see like Andy Serkis motion captured, and I was like, holy crap, that looks really well. That looks real good.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Like nowadays it doesn't, like it's like it's a bit dated though. But back then it's like, holy crap, this is a good looking game.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done motion capture stuff. So yeah, they've always been that way with their motion capture. Just basically put it up a notch or two with this Hellblade.
Yep. So I did an excellent job for it. I wasn't fussed on the combat, wasn't fussed on the puzzles, so it kind of diminished the interests of putting it in my top 10, but it is still a very good game. A game that I'm putting here that was my number one game of last year, but I played so much of it this year that it's here. It's Overwatch. I'm still playing that game now. I got on PS4 and I'm still playing through it. I love this game so much. It is so good. Um, I could take a little while, come back to it, and just, fall in love with it again. It's just so good. It is such a fantastic game. One of my favorite games of all time for sure. Uh, it's really, really good. So I had to put it here. Not much to say about that one, but
Yeah, it's like I haven't played. I think the last time I played it was when I think more came about. That was like a few months ago,
mm,
like several months ago now, and like that's the last time I touched it though. But like I said, I really do want to go. Like,
we need to play some.
we should have played. Yeah, we need to play some
Yep,
more.
we'll try to play
Unfortunately, I'm
some.
back at work now tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
But like, hopefully, we can get around to playing some over the next, few weeks again.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing much coming out this month. Like the first game I'm going to get's Monster Hunter probably at the end of the month.
hmm
Now that Nino Kuni 2 got delayed again.
Yeah. There's not much coming out besides that, so. So I'm just gonna fly by here. MLB The Show 17, still another great baseball game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I played a little bit of it, not enough, but I played some of it. It's really good. Really enjoy. I'm not a big.
I didn't know you got that.
Yeah, I have that game.
I think maybe did mention it.
Right, we did play some
Forget.
together, dude. You don't remember?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we played some together. Um, but yeah, it's a good game. I'm not a big fan of card games, but this one is still very good. And I guess I'll finish with Vanquish, which I played some on the PC. Enjoyed what I played of it. It's a little weird to me. It's like it goes really fast and it's a little tough, but it's a good game. I should play more of that, but just didn't put enough time into it. But yeah, it's a good game for sure. So I'll try to go back to it, play some more. So that's it for me.
I was just checking if that came out last year there on PC. It did.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 2016, but I think I was Bayonetta, or maybe that came out last year as well on PC. I forget.
On PC, yeah, it came out last year also.
Well, it came out last year.
hmm
Yeah, the PC, May 25th. It came out here. Yeah.
So you know that.
I didn't know you actually got Vanquish.
Yep,
Didn't know you played
yep.
it.
I played a little bit of it. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a good game.
Okay, I have a lot of here though, but I was saying just gonna go through some of these pretty quickly as well. Yakuza Kiwami.
Okay.
Um, I liked this more than you did,
Yeah.
and Derek. I know Derek wasn't particularly fussed on it either,
Mm.
though. I liked it more than you guys did. I played through the game. I didn't played about 30 odd hours of it or so.
Mhm.
Like it's not as big as Zero. There's a lot more to do in Zero. Zero is definitely a better game. You're definitely going to hear about that game from both
Yep.
of us in this part. But I still enjoyed it though. I definitely like the final battle in the game. You pretty much know who you're going to fight in the final battle, don't you, Dennis?
Mm. I didn't make it to it. No.
Yeah, but you pretty much know
Yeah,
who you do
of course,
fight,
yeah.
don't you? Because I know what the story is. Yeah, you fight Nishiki.
Yeah.
I do like that battle. But like the story is like it's good. It's decent. It's good enough though. But like after Zero, it's just like it is a remake of the first game, so you can't But after playing through the Zero story, it's like anything else after this is not going to be as it's going to have it has big shoes to fill.
Yeah. Well,
to be
maybe
honest.
6 will be 5 and 6, maybe.
I kind of don't want to play 6 though until I go through the rest though.
Yeah. Me too.
But I kind of want to wait till Kiwami 2, but I don't know when that's going to be though. When that's going to be out.
Mhm.
So I think there probably will be like a retrospective thing though, because I remember playing 3, with a bit of 3, and there was like the retrospective of the first 2 Yakuza games in it now.
Okay.
So I assume there'll probably be one for 6
Okay.
as well. So maybe if you just want to go straight through and just want to learn the story, you just go through the retrospectives.
Mhm.
Thing as well, though, 5 only came out digitally though. Never came out physical here.
Okay.
Came out 3 years after Japan.
Okay.
Destiny 2. I very much did like this game still, but not as much as yourself because it's in your top 10. I don't know if Derek's going to have it in his top 10 now.
I'm
I
assuming.
liked it though, but I kind of dropped off it a lot quicker than I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the game, enjoyed doing the strikes with you and Derek. The Nightfall ones were
Tough.
a bit of a roadblock.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were certain ones where like, this is ridiculous. Other ones were like, not so bad. We eventually did a few of them though, but it took us a while.
Mm-hmm.
But still a great playing game. Shadow of War, pretty much what you said there as well. Are pretty much my sentiments. Well, good game, but just too big for its own good, and it's a bit of a grind fest.
Yep.
Splatoon 2, I didn't play a whole lot of this now, but I enjoyed what I played of it though. Sonic Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the best Sonic game since Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And considering the fact it's not even done properly by Sega, it's actually done by fans, people who've been doing Sonic games, like mods and stuff like that for years.
Yep.
It goes to show that Sega can't do, they had to go to fans outside of Sega to actually make the best Sonic game forever. But I did enjoy Generations and a few of the Sega offerings like that, but this is the best one since Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Wonder Boy The Dragon's Trap, and this is a remake of Wonder Boy 3 on the Sega Master System. It's a great game. I remember playing that one back in the day as well, and just very much enjoying it though, and I love the art style used in this one. It's very, very colourful, just uses charm, and I like the way you can switch between the old and new, and like the old and new retro music as well, retro or like new rearranged music as well on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
You can play the game on old graphics with the new music or vice versa, etc. It's pretty cool. A Hat in Time. This is on a Kickstarter game. This is a strong year though. This could have been in my top 10 if it was probably last year now. Any other year this probably would have been in my top 10, but unfortunately didn't quite make the cut though. But I really do think this is a brilliant game, lovely platformer, easily better than Ukulele. You play as this wee girl, it's just hot girl or hot kid, go around, get these different these time hourglasses though, and there's these different worlds, and each world it's like Super Mario 64 or Sunshine, where you pick a world and you pick a certain task to do, and you go get that one in that sort of area or level or whatever, and then it's like these different little wee challenges you do. And it also has like the things in Super Mario Sunshine, like those platforming levels where you take away the flood system, and there's something similar to those but not as challenging. But it's just a very I definitely recommend this, and I think it's out now in the console, so definitely pick it up though. I definitely enjoyed it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's just the definitive edition of Mario Kart 8, which was a great game back in 2014 on the Wii U, and this is the version now. You can play it on the go. I actually played this online while waiting for my plane to London on my birthday. I just remember that so often. That's just brilliant. This is the one that I thought it could have been in my top 10 again. Just hard fucking year, to be honest. Cuphead.
Yeah.
This was a great flipping game, and I was very much looking forward to this game for the longest time. So it was when I first shown it on one of the E3 Microsoft conferences, just seeing like a snippet of it during a montage, I was like, that definitely stood out. And it is a great game.
And everybody loves that game too. So.
Yeah, it's just it's a fantastic game. Just bosses that just oozes charm. Just the animation, the music, just so part of that time, that era, and just very well done. And I love the fact that there is a little nod to Gunstar Heroes though, and the King Dice boss, which they mentioned in the Jam Bomb though, which I definitely liked because there's a boss similar to it. in Gunstar Heroes, where you have to go through like the different sort of things on a board. It's cool. This one's going to disappoint Derek. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. This came out in the PC this year in August. I put about 15 to 20 hours of it though. If I wasn't playing flipping, going back to Dark Souls 3 and playing certain other games, or not bothering my ass, this probably would have played a lot more of this and would have gotten more into the game. Fortunately I didn't. This didn't warrant enough. This didn't put enough time into it to warrant the top 10 position, unfortunately. But it's a great game though, I very much like it, and the music is superb, and I absolutely love the opening theme in this game. I listen to it a lot. Persona 5, again, I only put 7 hours into it though. I never played it since the last podcast we did, and when I talked about it though, and again, it probably would be one I'll probably try and pick up this year. The first game that I finished this year, The Walking Dead: A New Frontier.
Okay.
It came out, the first episode came out in 2016, but the rest came out in 2017. So, like the Back to the Future before it, actually a few Telltale games before it, it came out 1 year, the first episode came out 1 year, and then the rest came out another year. But I'm counting it as a 2017 release because most of the episodes came out in 2017. Yeah. It's the first game I played this year. I very much enjoyed it. I think it's better than Season 2. I think the characters in it more memorable. And definitely recommend, if you weren't such a big fan of Season 2, definitely pick this one up because I very much enjoyed it more than I did Season 2. Flint Hook. It's this cool little wee kind of roguelike kind of action platformer, and like the thing is like you have this hook and you go around these different areas of the ship though and pick up loot and stuff like that there, and it's a pretty cool game. Again, another game I think I've seen just caught my eye looking through it on Steam or online or something. I played a bit of it though, but not a whole lot, so it doesn't, didn't hook me as quote, there's the pun there, hook me as much as I thought it would.
In Flint Hook,
And and finally, Life is Strange Before the Storm. I thought this would be in the top 10, but like I said, like the last ending the ending to it kind of fell apart a bit and just didn't quite hit the highs of Life is Strange, the original series. But I still very much enjoyed it though, and the D&D section of this game were awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, forgot those. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, do you have a few games that you wish you played this year?
Yep. I have a couple, but I have three that off the top of my head. One that you got me for holidays that I haven't played yet. Finding Paradise, which is the sequel to the Moon, which I absolutely loved. I watched a little bit of the quick look. It looks exactly like To the Moon. Same characters and the doctors are there, and seems to be the same characters, and I absolutely love To the Moon. So I can't wait to play this one. Didn't have time to play it, sadly. I heard it's like 4 or 5 hours, and I want to sit down and play it in one go. I don't want to.
Yeah. Cause I think you did 2 settings last time.
Yeah, for To the Moon. Yeah, I did 2 settings. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a 1 setting last time.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm gonna kick my. I'm probably gonna if it's as has the emotional highs as To the Moon did. I'm gonna fucking kick myself for not having it in my top 10. And so you should have played it sooner, Dan.
Yeah, same here. If it has the same emotional highs, oh god, I'm gonna really regret not playing it sooner. But I played a fantastic game before this, which I'll talk about soon. Another game that I just got recently, like 2 days ago, that I haven't started playing yet is Pyre. I'm not a huge fan of Supergiant games. I didn't really like Bastion all that much. I know everybody loves that game. I didn't really got hooked on it, and I didn't play Transistor, so can't really talk about that one. But this one has a little sports edge to it. Like you play some sort of basketball, soccer thing, and people on your team. If you lose, you have to boot somebody from your team, and if you win, the other team has to boot somebody. And sometimes it's not that obvious. There's some story stuff in there and all that. So that has me very interested in this game. See where it goes, and everybody seems to love it a whole lot. So
It seems to be like a visual novel mixed with like sort of a sports game. That's pretty much what the consensus
yeah,
is.
pretty much. So I'm very interested to see what they did with this one. So again, if it's good, I'm gonna kick myself for not giving it a shot sooner than later. And another one that you talked about is Near Automata, which everybody seems to be talking very good about. And I've seen some gameplay of it, and I'm like, yep, this looks really fun to play. The story seems to be very good. I've heard a lot of stuff about it. Heard a couple of endings, sadly, how they end, how things end. But
You probably listen to the Giant Bomb
I
stuff.
know already some
They
stuff. So
definitely go into deep detail there.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's just well, like just watch it though, and like you probably heard some of the soundtrack though. I don't know if it's your thing though, but I just absolutely love the
yeah,
soundtrack.
the music seems to be very good also. So
Yeah,
yeah, this is a game I definitely want to play. I just hope it goes down in price. As you said, it doesn't seem to go on sale too much. So I just hope it goes on sale soon so I can grab it. I don't really want to pay $80 for it, to be honest. So I'm kind of hoping it, because it's $80 over here for a game, so I kind of don't want to pay that for that game. Uh, so I hope it goes down so I can buy it and play it for sure. So those are three games, two that I actually have and one that I don't have that I I kind of wish I played this year before this top 10. So
yeah. That's the problem though. There's just a lot of games though last year that you just didn't get round to playing
hmm
though. I have four here, so do a couple you've already talked about.
okay.
I'll just go through them here quickly.
hmm
Power. Um, like I wasn't really like I looked at it though. And it's like I loved Bastion. I liked Transistor though, but I wasn't in love with it as much as other
hmm
people. And the actual sports thing didn't really catch my eye. Didn't interest me to be honest though. But like since I've hearing such good things about the story and like that there and like the stuff, I was just like I want to try give it a shot
hmm
then. Um, Finding Paradise, like you said, To the Moon sequel. I don't know why I didn't pick it up when it came out.
hmm
It came out last month, but I'll definitely get to it though in due
hmm
time. What Remains of Edith Finch. I haven't picked it up, but I've heard such great things about it as well. And finally, Tacoma,
Oh
which
yeah,
is the follow up
yeah,
to the Fulbright's follow up to Gone Home, which
that's right.
I heard is good, but not as good as Gone Home. Hence, probably why I haven't picked it up.
Yeah.
Um, you know, ASAP.
hmm
But yeah, that's those are the ones I can think off the top of my head that I wish I played, but I haven't
Yeah.
got round to it.
Sadly. hmm
So anyway, let's get into our top five now. So
Yep.
anyway, Dennis, what is your number five?
Number five is a game that I played, the game that I played the most on my Switch this year. Um, it is the first time that I've played a Mario game from beginning to end, and actually finished. Well, finished, quote unquote. I saw the credits. It is Super Mario Odyssey, uh, which is a fantastic video game. It is so good. It is so good. I never thought I'd say that about a Mario game, but it's great. It is really great. It made me want to play Galaxy 1 and 2. I hope that comes to Switch.
I up and hope if they get ported to Switch. I don't know if they would though, But fuck, I'd love it if they did though.
I would love to play those games for sure. Uh,
The thing is, it'd work on the Switch because the Switch has like
yeah,
Joy-Cons, so it'd work perfectly with the motion stuff there. So
exactly.
do it, Nintendo.
Yep, do it.
I'd buy them
Yep,
again.
I would play them for sure. Um, but yeah, the whole open world aspect of this game, going around, getting some moons everywhere. The the nostalgia of this game, the look. I mean, going through New Donk City and going to that festival. If you've played Mario games before and you don't get a little emotional from that, then there's something wrong with you because it's really, really a good part of the game. The whole Donkey Kong thing, going through the whole like a little bit of the history of Mario. It is really good. I mean, it's one of the most emotional parts that I've had so far this year in a game for sure. So it's really good. Uh, it looks great. It plays great. Uh, the levels are beautiful. I love the one on the beach.
Seaside
Kingdom is absolutely gorgeous. That's my favorite one. I love New Donk City. Uh, it's pretty much all of the uh, levels, all of the places that you go are awesome in their own little way. Um, the outfits that you can get for Mario, you can change into whatever you want. You get some old school outfits. Uh, I love the Mario Maker outfit. You can get the a little later on. You can get the uh, you can dress as Luigi. You can dress as Wario,
Waluigi,
Waluigi,
Diddy
Diddy
Kong.
Kong. It's really really like that. They put the whole nostalgia factor. The package is all in there. It's really everything is there to make you. Some people say, okay, yeah, well, they're banking on nostalgia. They're banking on, oh, they people love this because it takes you back and all that. But it really it does hit very hard when you see all of that. When you turn into 8-bit Mario and you hear the music and everything. It's just, man, this is. And to me, I haven't played Nier, but this is my favorite soundtrack of the year for sure. The music in Odyssey is fantastic. From
Yeah, like it's definitely one of my favorite soundtracks of this year as well.
Mhm.
Though, like I do love most of like you Jump Up Superstar is just one of those feel good
Yep,
songs. Though, like if you hear it, though, you sort of get a little smile
yep.
and just like it's just such a nice catchy song. And
And the
yeah,
remixes that they make of old school music.
yeah, and like, yeah, you hear 8-bit versions of some of the songs in the game as well,
Yep.
and that the one, I forget what the actual tune is. It's the one during Forest Kingdom.
hmm
I forget what the actual kingdom's called. The Woody Kingdom, I believe that one, the little surf rock, that
Yeah.
like that's one of the best tunes in the game,
Yep.
and yeah, it's just such a fantastic package overall. Though, like it was my most anticipated game of the second half of the year though,
Yep.
and it did not disappoint though. You'll be hearing it again soon. I just have to say it. It's in my top 5 because I think this is the definitive Switch game of the year.
Oh yeah.
Zelda Breath of the Wild be damned. I'm sorry, Zelda fans, but Breath of the Wild fans, but that is my opinion.
Yeah, I bought the Switch for Zelda, but I ended up playing Mario way more than I did Zelda. So I've been meaning to go back and get a couple of more moons and looking around and just taking all this game in and doing more stuff in it. But it is great. I can truly say this is a fantastic Nintendo game. So bring on Nintendo. Please bring on the Galaxy so I can play both games on the Switch.
Yeah, go, but yeah. Nintendo, please bring the best 3D Mario games onto the Switch, please. Thank
Yep,
you.
exactly.
That's not I don't know if it's a popular opinion, but it's not the definitive opinion. Like some people think this is the best 3D Mario game.
hmm
It's probably my second favorite one besides its Galaxy games, but I just like them just a little bit more.
Hmm. Well, yeah, Super Mario Odyssey. If you have a Switch and you haven't played this, absolutely go out and get it. It's phenomenal. It's really, really good.
It's the best. It's the best game on
And this is
Switch.
from somebody who didn't give a damn about Nintendo just last year. And
Yeah, this time
yep,
last year, you'd be like, "Fuck
yep,
Nintendo." That's the thing. That's what kind of universe we in, where Dennis bought a Nintendo console and ended up loving like one of the
yeah. Well,
games,
two
ended up
actually.
having a
Splatoon is in here.
Nintendo.
So
Well, well, yeah, two games. Well, three if you count Zelda.
yeah,
You
I
like
did like
Zelda,
it
though,
though.
but
Yeah.
just didn't like three games. Um, in from last year. It's like, geez,
Yep.
just crazy stuff.
So yeah, definitely go out and get it if you haven't played Super Mario Odyssey yet. Just give it a shot for sure. So yeah, what's your number five?
My number five is a game that I assume is probably going to be higher on your list. Um, it is the it's a game I always talk like. It's a game that it's the personally for me it's the better open world game this year that came out. So it did. I said it came out the same time as the same week as Zelda Breath of the
Ah,
Wild,
okay.
and it's done by Guerrilla Games, and it is of course Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hmm.
This was my second most anticipated game of
Hmm.
2017 coming in, so it was, and I personally enjoyed this game much more than Zelda, because I focused on this here one. Whereas I could have played Zelda, then dropped this entirely though, but I didn't. I
Get
focused on
away.
this
Yeah.
one, yeah, because the thing is, I started on the first one. I just wanted to play it first, and I just enjoyed the gameplay in this one more than I did Zelda. Like I enjoyed the whole way the bow. Like I don't know about you, but I just seem to love using bows in video games, especially when
Yep.
they're done so
Hmm.
well. It's like in Tomb Raider, it's just done so well. In this game, it's just done so well.
Yep.
I just really do love it though. Like it's of course you play as Aloy. Again, she's voiced by Ashley Birch. There's that Life is
Hmm.
Strange connection again. Um, and it's basically a post apocalyptic setting, so it is. And you go around and there's like these sort of monsters or these machines, like machine mechanical dinosaurs,
Yeah,
you could pretty
modeled
much
from
say.
dinosaurs. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go around and you use your equipment, your tools, whereas like your bow and arrow, or like you use these trip mines or trip wires and stuff like that there, and you can take them down. But then there's like this whole story as well where you're raised, so you are by this guy. What's his name? Ross.
Yeah.
So you do, and then you're going like you're going down. You go into these like underground section, and you come across this thing. So you do. So I think it's called the
The
Focus.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah, and it tells you certain shows you certain like things like, oh, this thing is over here now, like shows you where certain things are and stuff like that, and certain things that happening and that there. And then you basically, you have to you kind of, because you're raised by a guy called Ross because he was outcast by the local
Hmm.
tribe. So was, and then you're raised by him, though. So you are, and then you grow up, and then you go and sort of try join a tribe, and go into the proving. It was like this trial thing, and then sort of all hell breaks
Yep.
loose when these like bandits pretty much come and fuck things up. But like the whole story, that's not the story. Like this whole story is sort of how this world came to be, pretty
Hmm.
much. Like that's the thing. You want to learn more about it now, and you do sort
Your
of find
mom.
that there through
Know who your mom
yeah, like
is.
who your mom is and stuff like that there, and then you come across this character through these like videos, like these messages and stuff like that, who looks very similar to you, and I assume like you said, okay, is she like, am I a descendant of her? Is she in any relation to me or
Yeah.
anything like
It's
that?
kind of a
Now, and it's kind of
mystery
all
who she
intriguing,
is.
and yeah, it's a mystery though, and then like you say, you want to learn more about this world and how it came to be, and very interesting story. I'm not going to spoil it here
Yeah.
now, but it's just definitely a very interesting story, and definitely like it definitely hooked me. And I thought like most of the characters in the game were well done. I really actually this is what it's not my favorite looking game of the year, but it is one of my favorite
It's
looking
up
games
there.
this
Yeah.
year. It's just absolutely beautiful
Yep.
though. Just this world is so gorgeous though, and I preferred exploring this world to Zelda, even though Zelda's like more freedom you can
Hmm.
say, because you can climb everywhere and stuff like that though. But I just find this world had more life in a way, because you go around and oh, there's like there's some there's old ones like mechanical creatures over here, robotic creatures over there. There's like these like huts. There's bandit huts over there.
Yep.
Whereas in Zelda, there's just sometimes there's a whole lot of nothing. It's very sparse
Hmm.
sometimes. It's like okay, it's just so. But like this here is like a pack. There's a big city over here, Meridian. There's like this little village over here and stuff like that now. And I don't know if you did. Do you get like a Witcher vibe from
Yep.
this?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's big
Yeah,
Witcher vibe from this.
it's yeah. I definitely got, especially the way like the way the camera is panned when when you hear them talk when they're
Yep.
talking to each other. Like that sort of camera angle, just very, very Witcher-esque as well. And I just thought the sort of graphics and that's looked very cool though.
There's
And
another game I'll talk
to me,
about later that has a huge Witcher vibe also. It's in my top five. My top five.
it has a huge what? Sorry,
Witcher
you cut
vibe.
out there. Oh, Witcher
Yep.
5. Okay, yeah, yeah. I just definitely love the look of the way they look though, and I really do like the combat in this game. Like the
Yep.
way I love the fact like the character, like the robotic creatures, they just have like different sort of parts from them.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to shoot like it's not like shoot the head now. The way you do it with most other games like this though, you have to sort of be strategic. It's like
Yep.
okay, shoot this here with a certain now, it'll make the thing explode, damage the creature more, and then and then that's the thing. Just have to sort of be more strategic rather than just shoot at the hand, shoot at the weak spot or
Yep.
whatever. And that's the way how the focus works, because if you have the focus up, it shows you this is a spot here, like the gland of a certain enemy or something. Or shoot it with this fire arrow, and that'll make it go on fire and then explode, and stuff like that. Now it's pretty cool, and just very really enjoyed that there aspect of it though. And this is another game I platinumed this
Hmm.
year. I did everything in this game. I did all the side stuff. I got all the collectibles. I have not actually played the Frozen Wilds yet though, but I heard it's quite good, so I have to try and play that this year
Yeah, me too.
sometime. So it came out in November, I
Yep.
believe. But I heard it's quite good though, so I still have to go back to it though. Um, but yeah, just a really great game
Yep.
overall, and that's my number five.
Yep. It's a very good game. You'll hear a little bit more about that one later on.
Indeed.
Um,
So what is your number
my
four?
number four is a game that I just finished playing not too long ago. In fact, 2 days ago, maybe. It's been on my mind ever since I finished playing it. Um, Excellent cast of characters. It is a crowdsourced game that came out of pretty much nowhere at the beginning of the year, and it is Night in the Woods, which is my number four. You told me to play this game, and you said that you loved it a whole
Yep.
lot. And I said, yep, I'm going to give it a shot. Bought it during the sale, played it, and I absolutely love. I adore this game so much. It is so good. The characters are fantastic. They each have their own personality. There's no spoken dialogue at all in this game, but the characters have so much personality, just the way they're written, the way they talk. I could just imagine how they were and what kind of character they were and how they would talk and what they were doing and everything. And it's just very well made. Um, there's not a whole lot of anything you do in this game. Pretty much, it's just go around, talk to people. You'll have some slight puzzle stuff or slight. I don't even know if you can call it puzzle stuff. Like you climb
You mean the
stairs with
sort of after the sort of stuff after the end of each day? Is it you mean?
yeah. Well, it's pretty much when you help Greg move the thing up the stairs, and then you have to go up and then down and then up and down and stop and up and down and
Okay.
it's I don't think it's a puzzle. It's maybe a little bit of a puzzle, but not necessarily. and then you have other stuff that you can do in the game, but it's not really all that complicated or tough or anything. It's more go around, talk to people, discover this town and what people are doing, and the secret that kinda is tied to the main character May. Uh, kind of a little bit of something going on in the town. She thinks it's a ghost. It's not really a ghost. Nobody believes her, and anyway, all sorts of crazy stuff going on there. Uh, all the different characters that you talk to. My favorite being Greg. Absolutely love Greg a whole lot.
Greg
Yep,
rules.
Greg rules. He's incredible. I really love him a whole lot. The the connection he has with May is really great when they talk together. I wish he died in trampled and under something, and then he replies, "I wish he died crushed by or they always reply all sorts of crazy stuff to each other, and then everybody around there are like, "What are you saying? What are you doing?" It's like it's just a really good connection they have between them. I really like Angus a whole lot. His story is pretty moving when he tells his story to May. It's another moving, a little bit emotional thing there. Um, Bea is also good. She's also cool in her own way. All the other characters that you meet throughout
I don't think there's a single character in that game I actually disliked. I actually
Sorry,
liked
you
all
cut
of
off
them
there.
for
A
their
single
own
character that what?
There's not a single character in that game I actually disliked. I liked all of
Oh
them
no,
on their own different
they're
ways.
all lovable. They're all like really
Yeah,
cool.
I love the fact like because I love this game so much. You're definitely gonna hear about it again. I just did everything. I just
Yeah.
like every day when I got out of the house, I spoke to
Yep.
everyone you can speak to. I spoke to Salmers and his poetry
Yeah.
stuff. I spoke to like the rat.
Yeah.
I spoke to like the priest, the
Hmm.
vicar. I spoke to like the homeless guy. Like I forget their names though. That's been so long since I played.
Yeah,
it,
you
though,
played it at the very
unfortunately.
beginning, right?
I played like I think I played it like
There's
May.
Bruce, the homeless guy.
Yeah, that's Bruce. Yeah, that's it. I was going to say Kevin, but
Yeah.
no. Yeah, and like your mother and your father. Like you talk to your mother each day when you get up, and then you talk to your father each day when you come
Oh, I love
home.
her. I love her mother so much.
Yeah, just so it just goes to show this game is just fantastic writing.
Yep.
Because the characters are just so
Yep.
relatable. Like so they are.
It's a coming of age, like tween type of story, but it's really well written, really well done, and it's just, I mean, it's just funny and emotional, and it's really well done. I highly recommend this game to everybody. It's more of a walking simulator type thing where you just go around talk to people, but
It's kind of like an interactive game, like exploration,
interactive movie
kinda,
thing.
yeah, adventure
Yeah,
game. It's not like adventure game to like the old school adventure games where you have to pick up certain items now,
yeah,
but it is kind of like one of those kind of games anyway. Just you go around and talk to these people, and each of them have their own little stories.
yeah,
So and like I'll talk about more about it as well when I get to
yeah,
it because again it's higher on my list because I fucking love this
yeah.
game.
It is. I mean, if I would have played it maybe earlier in the year, it would probably be a little higher, maybe. But it is just
Considering the
great.
fact you only played a few days ago and got number 4 is very
Yeah.
good.
I mean, it's just that game that stays with you after you finished it. It's like, yeah, it's. I'm hoping they do a sequel to it because to me there's some stuff that wasn't resolved completely. So
Right.
I'm not going to spoil anything here, but there's some stuff that remains to be resolved. Did this really
Mm.
happen? What's May's problem exactly? Where is this person? What happened to this person? So, it's I kind of want to know more about this thing, and it kind of ends abruptly. Kind of, this ends. at one point. So it's like, okay, well, it's over. So yeah, I never got bored. I never got tired of going around the city and talking to people and doing stuff and seeing what everybody had to say every day, and the little kid that you meet on the roof that you talk to every time that you go on
Yeah.
the tracks with and all that. And I could never go. The guy that's always on the roof above Selmer's house?
Which one?
I could never go up there.
Oh, the guy. Oh, he couldn't get up
No,
there. Yeah, alright. I didn't know that.
I didn't know how to go there. I should have asked you, but I didn't know.
Yeah, should have asked me. Yeah, you had to go up a bit higher and you just like jump on one of the like tops of the door or something on another house, and you could jump up that way. You couldn't. It had to be at like around the other end of the that area.
Okay,
So it
okay,
was. But yeah, I talked to him as well. He's like the teacher or something, and he talks to he tells you about like the different like constellations. So he does because he has the telescope, and that's what you do. You go into use his telescope and you go around and like look at these different constellations. He tells you all about them. So he
okay,
does. That's who he
okay.
is now. It's pretty cool as well. Like I said, I just wanted to talk to everyone you could talk to because I just was so in love with this world and these characters. So I just wanted to do everything I could.
Hmm.
The thing is, I have to go through the game though because when I played through the first time, I did all of the like in certain parts of the game, you go either hang out with Greg or hang out with
Yeah,
me. I did all like the Greg ones because I liked B though, but I liked Greg more, and that's why
yeah.
I did all the Greg stuff.
I tried to alternate between
So
the two of them if I could. Like
yeah,
I'd go with B or
yeah,
with Greg or you know. So I didn't do the cemetery with B. Are you supposed to do the cemetery with B? Because I didn't do it with her. I did the one with Greg
I
and
don't
the one with
know.
Angus.
Right? No, I'd say I did all the stuff with all the activities with whenever you have like a choice, like hang out with B or hang out with Greg. I did all the Greg stuff.
Okay,
So I did.
okay. So yeah, it's just fantastic. It's a really well-made game. Story is very good, very well written. Characters are very lovable, even though they don't say one single word the entire game. They're very, very lovable characters, and it's absolutely worth giving it a shot for sure. So that's my number four.
hmm And it's also my favorite looking game of the year.
Oh
I
yeah, it
absolutely
looks
love the look
really
of this
good.
game. It's just so. I just love the charm, and just so charming and
Yep,
colorful, just so cutesy. So it
yep.
is. I do love the look. As I say, my favorite. Because if you remember though, I just posted a lot of screenshots when I was playing through that
Hmm.
game. So it was just because I just loved the look of it.
Yep.
I actually had one of the screenshots as my desktop for a while.
Really? Okay.
So
Yeah,
that
I can
yeah,
see that.
it was one of the ones. Yeah, it was one of the ones. It was the one where the May was on like the the wiring. It's like one of the those things after you fall asleep. The one of those like night
Yeah, yeah.
sort of
Hmm.
things. Yeah, it was one of them. So it
Okay.
was. I had it as my thing as a desktop
Yeah, the night
wallpaper
stuff
for a
I didn't
while.
really. The one that's really, really dark and you can't really see where you're going. I didn't like that one too much. Where you had to find the musicians everywhere. Like that one, I didn't really enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. You did like usually did them like a bunch of times. So you
Yeah.
did. Yeah, some of them were. Yeah, some of them were a bit annoying though, because sometimes it took me a while to find I find three of them or whatever, and then it took me a bit of time to
Yeah, you
actually
need to
try and get
platform in the
another one.
dark, and it's little bit annoying.
Yeah,
But yeah, the rest is
they're
fantastic.
probably the weakest parts of the
Oh
game
yeah,
though.
for
Anyway,
sure.
but it didn't take away how much I love this
Oh
game
no,
overall though.
absolutely not. So go ahead. What's your number four?
My number four is basically an expansion pack to my favorite MMO of all time. That is, of course, Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood.
Ah, okay.
This game came out in June of this year, and I played the holy crap out of it for a good sort of month or two, and then it kind of dropped off, and then haven't played since. So, despite the fact I would say I would go back to it once the first big content update appeared. It has appeared, and I've not gone back to it since because, fortunately, there was other games I was busy
Yeah.
with, like Mario Odyssey and the like. But because of the fact is I played a lot of this game when it came out, though I played it non-stop for like, a month or so. That's really the reason why it's so high on my list, because I just couldn't stop playing this game because I absolutely love the Final Fantasy 14 MMO.
Hmm.
And this, of course, takes place. It's the continuing stories of whatever your character is, and like the various different, the Warrior of Light and your teammates, and after the events of Heaven's Ward and like the Dragon Song War. And this one is like you have to basically try to you go through a few different areas in this game. You try to sort of liberate them, like liberate the states of Alamigo and Doma from the sort of main the Galilean Empire, who are like the big antagonists of the sort of overarching story of Final Fantasy 14. But the main antagonist in this one is a guy called Xenos Galvas, the Imperial Viceroy, and that's basically the main antagonist of Final Fantasy 14. Um, I love the story in this game though. Like usually in other MMOs, I tend to skip a lot of the text. It's like I don't care, blah blah blah. Like World of Warcraft, yeah, I don't care about the story, blah blah blah. But in this story here, I tend to like actually watch the cutscenes and actually read all the text, even with some of the side stuff, because some of the side stuff is actually quite interesting as well. Um, but like I said, I just played this game non-stop though. It's just very, it's pretty much the same though, but it's just as the new areas now, like I said, Alamigo and like Doma. And there's one area in this game that looks awesome though. It's called Kugane. It's this big sort of city area. It's like very reminiscent of old Japan, ancient Japan. Kind of feudal Japan, like those kind of houses and stuff like that. There, it just looks beautiful. So it does. The soundtrack is amazing. Um, then the addition in this one is like there's two new classes or two new jobs pretty much. There's Red Mage and Samurai. Samurai is basically your both of them are kind of DPS classes. Red Mage is kind of like mixture between melee and ranged, and your Samurai is of course your sort of melee. Like there's like a bunch of do areas, just beautiful stuff though. Like there's housing, there's just so much stuff to do though. I actually joined a guild, or what they're called in this game, a free company. When I was playing this here Stormblood, and I actually really liked the free company. Unfortunately though, I'm probably kicked out of it now because I haven't played it in so long, and I said I would be back when the first content update came out, and it did not, so I assume I'll probably be gone from it now, because that's the thing as well. When you're a free company though, that's just kind of like the drawback of playing, sort of like being part of a free company though, because you sort of have to be consistent, and if you're not on it for quite some time, then you're going to get kicked out though, which is the same. But there's always like another free company you can join, and you can always like have a good time with other players again. um but yeah, I just really enjoyed it though. I just don't want to go too long on Stormblood though, because it's one of those games that I very much loved. I actually am following on someone on Twitter at the moment who's actually playing through Stormblood at the moment. Actually was following like our adventures for quite some time now. She was going through Heaven's Ward, some of the stuff in it that was like, I remember playing this part and stuff like that, and then just going through Stormblood now and just posting like screenshots of certain areas, like just going like, this game's so gorgeous and stuff like that. I was like, yep, sure is. I love this area. It's awesome. Like posted a screenshot of Kugane and going like, wow. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I just like remember like really just remember going there my first time through it with my character, and just absolutely loving it though. It's just like like I said, I don't World of Warcraft, like a lot of people love World of Warcraft, but I just personally think this is the best MMO out there, because I love the story, I love the soundtrack, I love the various characters you come across, and I just find the gameplay, it's standard MMO fare, but just like the way it works though, and like it's like I'm not not like the master of this here now,
Hmm.
but I do enjoy playing the different dungeons and like the fighting the various bosses. Like there's some throwbacks to some bosses in previous Final Fantasies, like the first boss in the final dungeon in the game, like the sort of last one in the main scenario, is the first boss in Final Fantasy VII, the Scorpion, which I personally got a little bit of a kick out of because Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, just a lot of throwbacks and just lots of nostalgia stuff as well there, and I just absolutely love it though. I'm gonna go back to it definitely this year though, once there's a bit of a lull. There's one at the moment you can say when there's nothing out though, but I'll definitely go back to it though and play the content that's come out since. So like I want to play the raid because I love doing the raids.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood, my number 4.
Back again.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're on number 3, right? Getting into the
Yes.
the meat.
Top 3 now. Yeah.
All right. So my number 3 is a game that all 3 of us played. I think it was just before summer or somewhere there. It's Yakuza 0. This is my number 3.
That's not before summer. That's like right at the start of the year.
Right. Was it the start of the year?
Yeah, it came out. It came out January last year.
Okay. Man, okay. I'm really okay. I'm out of it.
I don't know when you played though, but I think me and Derek got it around in time.
I think I played it after
you
you guys.
Yeah, I believe you did. I think
Because I watched the
we
giant
were
bomb
going on
thing
about it
and
or
then I
something.
decided to
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I think yeah.
So yeah, Yakuza 0 is the very first Yakuza game that I played. Never played any other Yakuza game before. I really enjoyed the story in this is very good. The acting is very good. There are so many things to do in this game and most of it is pretty much enjoyable. You could have a game out of the Cabaret Club thing just by itself. You could have a game of that, and I would play it for sure.
Best part of the game.
Best part of the Yakuza 0. And there's also the real estate stuff that I didn't really get too much into. But I kind of wanted to go back and get into that and see how it goes and try to do more of that stuff, but I didn't really do.
That's actually the sad thing about it, though. Actually, I actually did more of the real estate stuff than I did with the cabaret one. I only did like the first 2.
Okay.
Bosses. You can pretty much the first 2 cabaret stuff.
Okay.
Like the 2 areas, and then I did I think they did the first 4 of the real estate stuff.
Okay. I did the entire cabaret stuff because it was way too fucking good.
Yeah, that's probably my one regret of from playing. Like I never actually completed it though, because I just wanted to move on to other games.
Yeah.
I said I played like 70 hours of this game. I had my it wasn't like I had my fill. It's just like I when kind of in a way I could say yeah, but I just did really enjoy my time with it though. But I did want to focus on. I think I was playing Neo then or something else. Maybe I just wanted to put this to rest though, despite the fact I loved it so much.
So yeah, I did pretty much all the Cabaret Club thing. When I first started playing that, I was like, man, this is way too difficult. How am I gonna get through this? It's way too hard. And then once you get
yeah, like the tutorial of it is like looking at the different tutorials, like oh my goodness, this is gonna be so complex.
Yeah, this is way too complicated.
Yeah, but then
then once you get the rhythm
of
of it, it's like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah, yeah, it's so fucking
Yeah.
good.
It's really, really good. And the more you play, you get bigger and better clients coming in, rich clients, very rich, and like crazy rich people, and you just make a ton of money.
Yeah, it's like I end up like it's like per like I think it was a per like medium or whatever it is, and like you said, per medium and then rich, very rich and stuff like that, and it just depends and try to give the best girl and also each of the clients have their preferences as well. Like they don't want like I want someone who's like more like funny rather than someone who's like more sexy or whatever. And you have to sort of try and enrich. But the thing is, well, that's a good thing as well. Like you go through each of the different hostesses, and it goes up. Like if it's like the circle or the 2 circles or something, that means okay, that's definitely perfect match. But if it's like the X, that means no, don't. Or it's not going to be a good match though.
And going through, some of the side quests, you can actually get some girls from the side quests to come into your
Yeah,
cabaret and do some stuff in there. As same thing with the business thing, you can get some guys from the side quests to come and help you with your business and do some stuff in there, which is
yeah, like you're the managers and like the security and stuff
yeah.
like that, and your visors or whatever it is. Yeah,
And most of the side quests are really fun. Uh, there are a couple that are not great, but most of them are really enjoyable.
do you have a favorite one?
I didn't do the Miracle Johnson one, sadly. Never came across that one, but I know that one is really good.
Hey man.
Yeah, hey man. Uh, and he reappears like in other episodes. I think other Yakuza games. I think he comes back a couple of times.
Okay.
But yeah, it's which one is my favorite that I did from? I like the grandma one. That one is like the crazy grandmother that she
The one who keeps cutting in
yeah cutting in
line.
line, and then she says that you're attacking her or something like that. And yeah, I
Yeah,
like that one.
and and you end up getting her as a hostess
Get
as well,
you
which I
get her
think
in
is
your
funny.
cabaret club, and she's actually really good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just found that funny. It's like you get her like this old girl. It's like yeah, but there's sometimes you get someone's like, oh, it's actually a good match with her.
yep, exactly. So yeah, there's a bunch of side quests that are really fun to do. The story's great. There's some very emotional stuff in there that it's kind of you're like, oh my god, okay, this is more emotional than I thought. The game goes like from being incredibly funny, like really really stupid stuff going on, crazy stuff going on, to being really emotional
Yeah, really serious
and
though.
serious
Like
and
yeah, a lot of the like a good chunk of the story is quite serious. There is like some like funny parts
yeah,
here and there, but like the main story is quite serious.
yep. And some are just downright
But
sad.
yeah,
So
and but a lot of the sub stories, a lot of the sub stories, side stories are like quite
yep,
comedic. But there's actually a few like kind of like kind of emotional ones as
yep.
well in the sub stories.
And we forgot to say that you play as Kiryu and Majima in this game because
Yeah,
Majima hasn't
it's
lost his
literally
mind yet. So
yeah. This because this takes place this because of course it's called Yakuza Zero,
Zero.
hence it's a prequel to the entire series. It takes place in December
Yep.
1988.
And another thing about this game, the soundtrack is phenomenal. It is really, really good. There's some songs in this game that are just incredible. The Cabaret has a couple of songs. The karaoke has some great songs.
Judgment and 24 Hour Cinderella
Yep,
are two of my favorite songs of 2017.
so good. The soundtrack is so good to this game. It is really.
And the one that's played during when you're in Don Quixote is so flippin'
Yep,
catchy.
yep. Another great soundtrack to the year. Yeah, it's too bad Kiwami wasn't as good as this one. I can understand why, but yeah, Yakuza Zero is just a terrific, terrific game. I wasn't too fussed on the combat. Uh, didn't really love the combat, and maybe it's just some point is just too much of it. Like you just get cut off by everybody on the street, and you have to fight all the time, and that gets a little annoying at certain points. But still, it's not enough to detract from the game itself. And some stuff is not fun to do, like the whole underground fighting thing isn't all that great. The girls fighting that wasn't fantastic at all. Um, but
That was a thing. I didn't actually do it. I think you had to do it like once or something,
yeah, you
didn't
have
you?
to do it once.
During yeah.
So and that's pretty much it. I did it once, and I said, "Yep, I'm not coming back here anymore. That's for sure." So I'm done with this. Um, did you use weapons a whole lot in this game? I didn't really bother with weapons. I kind of used my fists more than anything else, like the swords and everything. I didn't really use them.
I tended to use the fists, not their more than often as well. So it did. Yeah, I just tend to use the fists. I didn't use the weapon. So sometimes I tend to use them against. Did you ever like defeat Mr. Shakedown
I
properly
did
or
beat him
like
once. Yeah, I beat him once.
once? Okay. Yeah, I beat like there's two. I know it's like two different ones with for Kiryu and Majima. I did the Kiryu one a bunch of times and the Majima one a bunch of times as well.
Hmm.
Because that was like the big best way to actually get
Yep.
money though. Like you just beat him though, then get money back. Let him beat you, then beat him again and get your money back. I was like get more money from him. And that was like the sort of best way though. Although it got to a point where
So much money.
it took a while because his Angie bar every time you face him again his Angie bar increases until it's like the full purple or whatever though, and then it takes a while.
Yeah.
And I know Derek actually found a great way to beat them easily though. It's like use the stun knife or something,
Okay.
which I never really got around to doing though. But I know he tended to use. I think he used that's what he sort of used, like some stun knife or something along those lines to sort of beat them easily though.
Yeah, and anyway, if you need money, I just did the cabaret club thing on the highest level, and you just get a bunch of money from that, so it's not really a problem.
Yeah, that was like with Majima
Yeah.
though, or like with Kiryu, like the
But you can wire
state
money
actually was
from
pretty.
one to the other, so
Yeah,
that's not a problem at certain points. But yeah, it's really it's a great game. I'm not very much into like Japanese type games, and I'm not a big fan of JRPGs or anything like that. But this was really good, right up my alley, and the whole vibe, the look of it, the soundtrack, the story, everything was fantastic about this game. So that's my number three, and I'm sure we'll hear more about it a little later on.
indeed you will.
So that's my number three.
Hint, hint.
What's
Okay, my number three is a game that was already talked about, and your end of
hmm
things. It is the definitive Switch game of the year.
Oh yeah.
It is, of course, Super Mario
Yep.
Odyssey. Very much like Super Mario 3D World 4 years ago in 2013. This is also that was also my third favorite game of that year. This is also my third favorite game of 2017. It didn't. This was the only game that would have knocked off my favorite game of the year because it was the only game I was like very much looking forward
hmm
to. For the second half of the year, and it was the only one that had a chance to knock my game of the year off, but unfortunately it did not do that there, and actually didn't end up being number two either. But it's number three, and what you pretty much said about it earlier is like my thoughts on it as well. Just a fantastic, another great 3D Mario game though. Just beautiful kingdoms though. I love, you love the Seaside Kingdom and New Duck City. I'm partial to Luncheon Kingdom because I just love the different colors, and I really like I love Bowser's Kingdom because it's just so like I didn't expect that there when you enter his kingdom. I thought it was just gonna be like all just standard stone like brick castles or average standard fare, but no, it's actually a you know old Japan stuff like feudal samurais and stuff like that. It's like, cool, that's pretty cool. Um, like you only got to the end of the credits though, and like they said, there's stuff just the game does open up afterwards though because you go back to different kingdoms and like there's these
hmm
blocks. So they are like if you go through the end of the game, like these like moon block things, and you open them up, and then like there's more moons to get then in those levels. Some of them are you go through these pipes and there's like more of these platformer challenges where they're like 8-bit ones, or these are little platformer challenges that you seen things similar to when through your way of the game. And some of them are easy.
hmm
Like some of the moons again, it's like, okay, why couldn't these be here at the first place? Because they're just like, again, just one's like out in the open. It's like, okay, just go to this place. Oh, there's one there in the open. There's
hmm
another one there. Just a lot of them are like that now. From when you hit those things, and once again, like the other, like previously in like Galaxy 2 and Super Mario 3D, where once you get 500 moons, there is the sort of challenge level, you can say, where you have to go through the entire level and there's no checkpoints whatsoever. and oh boy, I had a hit of a brick wall in that one. Like once I got to 500 moons, I tried it for the first time, tried it a bunch of
Hmm.
times, and it's like got to a point, it's like it's no good. I have to try this again.
Hmm.
I'll try it again later. I said, okay, I'm gonna go back. This is gonna be the last moon I'm gonna get. Now I'm gonna go through every single kingdom and get all the moons, which I did. And then that was the last one I got, and I got all the moons. Well, quote unquote, I got all the moons, the ones on the lists. Now, I didn't get 999, no, so technically I did not get all the moons. I got all the moons listed, the ones from on in every single kingdom now, so, and because you buy the rest, but unfortunately I cannot buy the rest at the moment because I need to get some money,
Hmm.
because I have to buy the rest of them though, which kind of sucks. I just wish, like, there is moons you buy from each of the kingdom
From the store.
stores, but
Yeah.
yeah, but that's those ones for that their kingdom. You get like it ends up on the list, but then after you complete the game, you can just buy new like load of moons. Then you can buy one, or you can buy a multiple of 10.
Hmm.
Then, but they're just like they don't count as ones on those kingdoms. Then, so they don't.
Hmm.
So yeah, just fantastic game overall. With you pretty much spell like awesome soundtrack, just a beautiful game. No, it's just a lovely looking game. Like, but like I said, Nintendo. Like when it comes to Nintendo, though, you're not going to do any wrong with Mario. Though, like it's very few missteps they've made in that series. Though, in terms of like the proper platforming ones, though, like I think the only one I felt is like a misstep is Sunshine. Like it's not a bad game though, but it's like compared to the rest of them, it's not the
Hmm.
best in the series. But obviously, it's just another fantastic lineup of that legendary series, and I want to get everything in this game. Like I said, I want to get everything because I just loved
Hmm.
it so much, and I did, and it is a great game. So that's
Yeah.
my number three. I pretty much know what your number one, your top two games are. So I do. I think you pretty much know what mine are as well.
Yeah, we're kind of getting down to the to knowledge territory now. um, Number two is a game that was fighting for number one for a while. It was kind of battling with my number one. I really enjoyed the game, and I was like, man, should I put this number one? I don't know. And finally decided to put it number two. It's Assassin's Creed Origins.
I'm actually surprised that I actually thought it would have been your game of the year,
No,
considering the
it
fact
came
you played the
close.
fucking shit out of this game over the last
Yep,
month.
it came very, very close to actually being my game of the year. But the more I thought about it, the more I decided to put the other game at number one. Um, so Assassin's Creed Origins is a game that comes after a year of respite for Ubisoft, who decided to give Assassin's Creed a year break, and they didn't do a game last year. They came back this year with this one. People were kind of looking at it and saying, "It's Assassin's Creed, it's the same thing, and it won't be all that great and all that." And I saw it, and I saw like the loot that you could get and the weapons and the all the armor and all that stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, this looks cool. You can get different weapons and stuff like that. This looks fun." Egypt is a nice place to visit. It's a nice place to play in, and it looks very interesting. So I decided to go along with it. I got it, and I do not regret 1 minute of it. I actually have it on PC and PS4, so I have it in two different systems. Um, so it's a game. First of all, the game looks gorgeous. It is a gorgeous looking game. Um, to me, it really rivals Horizon as best looking game of the year. It is. It just looks fantastic. From some locations, when you're up top of a pyramid and you're looking around, it just looks gorgeous. The terrain looks fantastic. The gameplay has been, I mean, they've been doing this forever, so the gameplay is pretty much refined to a T. The combat's really satisfying. You have a bow in this also, so you can shoot your bow, and that's very satisfying. Um, the climbing is great, although he does seem a little slower than the other protagonists in other games. Probably because he's the first assassin, so it's kind of just getting his footing and his uh, stuff going. The start of the creed, if you want. So it's not the same thing as I don't know, an older version of an assassin who knows his way around and everything. So the story is very good. I think that Bayek is probably the my favorite character ever since Ezio. He is very, very lovable. He's an all-around good guy. He's just, always helping people, very sympathetic to everybody, and it's he just seems like a very good guy I'd like to hang out with and do some stuff with. And they call him the cop. He's like a cop. He's like an Egyptian cop. He goes around and goes after bandits and stuff like that. So they call him a magi, but magi is kind of a cop in Egypt. So and he has his wife who's with him. Anya, she's called like Anya. Is it Anya or Aya? It's Aya. Sorry, her name is Aya, and you play as her a little bit also during the game. Spoilers, I'm sorry, but you do play as her for a little bit in the game. Um, and you both have lost your son, who was killed. That's not a secret. You see it in the trailers and everything, so it's not really a secret. He gets killed, and you go on a vengeance path to avenge your son. But everything that is Assassin's Creed comes into play. You have the Apple of Eden, and the whole story about the others that came from the other planet and all that, and that gets into the game also. But yeah, it's just a pleasure to play through this game. You have tombs that you can go around and go through and inspect, and uh, discover some stuff and discover some tablets, and you level up your character. You give him different abilities, and as I said, you can get some loot. You can get some weapons. Some weapons will have poison or fire, or it's pretty much an RPG. They made an RPG with Assassin's Creed pretty much. So that's what, to me, that looks. It's very, very much of a Witcher 3 vibe. Like it actually looks like Witcher 3, and the menu pretty much looks like it. So you can upgrade your shield and your
Yeah,
weapons, and
that's definitely the case though. Yeah, because I remember looking at the footage when you're looking at the adventures. I guess is pretty much ripped out of The
yeah,
Witcher.
exactly. Um, so you can upgrade your weapons. You go to a blacksmith and he upgrades your weapons, and it's all sorts of stuff. You pick up new weapons that do different kind of stuff, and it's an Assassin's Creed game, so you climb up some quote unquote viewpoints, and you can unlock the map, and there's all sorts of stuff to do. Like you fight some war elephants, you fight some you take over a camp, or it's pretty much a Ubisoft game, so there's a bunch of stuff to do in the game. But I really loved this game a whole lot. I did a ton of stuff in it. Like I tried to do as much as I could, but at one point it's just overwhelming. There's so much stuff to do. Like there's question marks everywhere on the map that you can go to and discover some new stuff. So there's a lot of stuff to do, and you don't really get bored of doing everything around the areas and everything around it's a slow start. Like I would say, give it a chance. I think Derek didn't give it a chance enough. He got it and he played a little bit of it and didn't really get into it. But you have to give it a chance. You have to give it some time to grow on you. I would say maybe give it 5 or 6 hours before it starts to get more interesting, and you get to bigger cities and you have more stuff to do, and there's more different kinds of side missions. Even the side missions are fun to do. They have their own little stories, and you'll see like if you do a side mission for somebody, you might see them in another city, and they'll give you another side story, another side quest to do, and then you'll see them in another city, and it'll give you another one, and you keep some of them you keep crossing, and they're gonna give you some new stuff to do, and it's really good. Like it all comes together in a really satisfying way, and I highly recommend to anyone who wants to play this game to give it a shot. It's really I think it's a high point for Assassin's Creed. Like they really completely redid the Assassin's Creed template, and they decided, okay, we'll keep this. It's still this and still this, but we're gonna redo everything around the Assassin's Creed universe and just go with that. So yeah, it's a really good game. It's really well made, and I I really suggest that people try it out. It's fantastic. It was almost my game of the year, almost my game of the year, but didn't quite get there. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's really good.
Yeah, because I had an idea it was going to be high on your list. I thought it was going to be your game of the year though, because you played a lot of it though over the last several weeks because you were tweeting about
Yeah.
Ghost War and like, do you know how much time you put into it overall?
Only the PS4 version, I would say I put 75 to 80 hours into.
Jeez.
It's a very long game. If you want to do most of there's 125 side quests, 125 quests overall, included side quests and main quests. So
Okay.
there's 125 to do, and I did all 125 of them. So I completed that game.
Stephanie did the platinum though. 'Cause
Yeah, she did
put up
everything
there.
in the map.
Yeah.
I could not do
I was
that.
like, yeah, that's dedication.
I could not do that. I love the game, but
Yeah.
there's so many bandit cabs that I can do that before it gets a little annoying and a little repetitive. But yeah, it's it's a new direction for Assassin's Creed, and it's well worth giving it a shot for sure.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about this one. That's actually one game I actually forgot to put on the games I wish I played there this
Hmm.
year, earlier this 2017. But I'll probably want to hopefully try and get to this year
Yeah.
sometime. I played a bit of Syndicate though, and I enjoyed it though, but just never went back to it though, unfortunately. And like as I said, the last Assassin's Creed game I actually finished was 3.
Hmm.
Like I played all of them since then. I played a bit of some of Black Flag. I played a tiny bit of Unity. I played a bit of Syndicate,
Okay.
but never played Origins. I haven't played it yet though.
Yeah, you should
But hopefully I will
you
sometime.
should give it a shot.
So would this be your favorite Assassin's Creed game then?
I don't know. I don't think I can speak to it right away, but like I really love Brotherhood a whole lot. Um, I don't know if it's bigger in many ways than Brotherhood, but I don't know if I can say it's better than Brotherhood. I think Brotherhood is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed game.
Okay. Yeah, it's like 2 and Brotherhood are my favorite
Hmm.
ones. Like I always played the first, well, I always played the first 4 to good length, so I
Yeah.
did. So okay, so thank you, Dennis. That was your runner-up of 2017.
Yep.
Okay, my number 2 is a game that you already talked about again. Yeah, it was your number 4. It's my number 2. That is Night in the Woods.
Mm.
Ah, boy. I heard great things about this game. No, it was one of those games I didn't really hear too much about. Like I remember a few years back it was like an iOS game or something that was called Lost Constellation or something. I
Hmm.
was kind of connected. That's sort of how I first heard about this sort of Night in the Woods thing, and then I found it was like a Kickstarter game. But then I kind of forgot all about it then. And then I realized it was coming out this year then, and then I heard such good things about it that I was like, I'm going to get this game because it came out like pretty early last year, so it did. It came out in
Hmm.
February, But I didn't play it until May of last year now. And I played it though, and holy crap, I just absolutely fell in love with this game. I loved the soundtrack, it's just the music. I loved the graphics. I just loved the whole
Hmm.
characters. So I did, and I just really just wanted to do everything in this game. I just wanted to talk to like everything I could do in one playthrough. I just wanted to talk to every single person and when I can and get their like little side stories, because like that's the great thing about this game, because like a lot of some of the characters, it's not just like the main characters have their stories. Like other characters you could talk to, like each day have their little side, they have their own little stories, where it's Salmers and our poetry, where it's Mr. Chakrakov, he's the teacher, and it's the astronomy
Hmm.
teacher he go up to and look for like dust stars or like constellations. Laurie Marsh, who's like the rat you talk to as well, and hang out with and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Or like when you're talking to your parents at the start or end of each day though, like they have like their parent, like your mother's sort of kind of trying to look out for you though, and May's just being a bit dismissive though and stuff like that though. But then you realize she sort of has, like, it stars May Borowski, who's this cat. That's the thing. It's like anthropomorphic animals. In this game you play as anthropomorphic cat, and she's a dropout from college, and you don't really know why she dropped out of college necessarily. She kind of seems a bit like maybe burnt out or something. And you go back to your hometown, Possum Springs, and you talk to your good friends, B, Greg, and Angus, and then you sort of have these different conversations with them. And that's the thing. It's just
Hmm.
the writing is just so good that you just feel attached to these characters. You feel like you can relate to some of the these problems these characters have. Where it's
Yep.
Bay and like sort of her sort of bit of depression or like mental problems, or with Greg and Angus, their like kind of relationship there, like they're in a relationship, so they are, or some of the other characters you come across, their parenting, like your raised parents and stuff like that there. And that's the biggest thing that's come out of this game, just like the writing and the like the main sort of thread story is like, it's fine, it's good, like the whole ghost thing out there, but it's more about like the character, their journeys that each of the characters go through. That's like the real story about this game though. And like
Yep.
there are thorough lines in that there, and that's kind of what drew me into this game. Like I did like to know what happened, like it starts off like one of the friends has like disappeared, and you're kind of figuring out why, and then all of a sudden one of these days happens in Halloween or something. You see a person taking this like kid or something, like you try to figure out what the hell's going on. There's like these other things, and it goes in a different direction that you expected it to, but it's all interesting nonetheless. But like I said, it's just all about the various characters you come through, whereas May, Angus, B, Greg, characters you come across, and like their little side stories. And also it's not just like that's the thing, you go around and talk to each of these characters every day, and some of
Hmm.
them have their stories, and other ones like some of them are some of them where you can talk to 1 day or 2 days, and other ones you can pretty much talk to every single day. And I just love exploring the town. It's like not a huge area now, like there's a bunch, like was it 4 or 5 different areas I guess. But then
Yep.
you go to these other areas in certain days if you want to hang out with B or Angus. Now, like I say, I chose Angus because I liked Angus more. I just very much enjoyed that character though. He's like a fox, and May is a cat. B's like a crocodile slash alligator.
You mean Greg?
Oh,
You mean
Greg, sorry,
Greg?
Greg. What did I say, Angus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
Angus is like a bear, and Greg's like a fox.
Yeah, Big Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's other ones as well. There's like there's bird, there's germ, there's cats, there's goats. There's just all sorts of different like animals so there is in this game, and just so fun. I just loved playing this game. Just like I said, posted pictures during my playthrough of the game. I
Hmm.
just because just love the look of this game, and like this is a Kickstarter game, and it's awesome. It's an awesome Kickstarter game. Like it's not like, it's just goes to show, not every single Kickstarter game that comes out is a big failure. Maybe the big budget ones
Exactly.
are, because look look
Yep.
look at look at the sort of few last few big budget Um, big budget sort of games that came out and got a lot of money from them that weren't necessarily good. Like Mighty Number 9, that was a big failure. Ukulele didn't really set the world afire either. The next ones
Nope.
the next ones that come out that got a lot of money that come out this year, if they stay on track, is Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, which is like the Igarashi game, like kind of spiritual successor to Symphony of the Night, and Shenmue 3.
Yep.
So hopefully they don't end up the same way. But
Yeah.
and also you forgot, like, there's certain parts of the game as well. You do these band practices and like plays then like kind of Guitar Hero Rock Band as well.
Yeah. That's
You
right.
play
Yeah.
that there, and it's pretty cool. Like it's not like completely just you walk around. There's little wee things like side activities. Also, there's like a wee rogue like game. I was like, because I'm looking up here and just information, I goes, oh yeah, I forgot about that, like rogue like game, Demon Tower, did you play when you're at your house on your computer?
Yeah.
I was like, I actually played a bit of it, and I think I did. Yeah, I actually completed it, so I did. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually. Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe I got the achievement for it, so I did.
Okay.
Which it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool little wee game there. And then you talk to your friends on the computer as well. You get little wee chats
Yeah.
you do as well. And yeah, it's just like I said, like you said a lot of it as well. Though it's just the writing's just so well done. You just feel so relatable, and it kind of hit me in a way as well. Like I say, like I came home, like I didn't drop out of college now or like university, but I went to university. I went overseas to university and came back, and it was like. It was completely different though, because unfortunately there was a few friends I had friends here though, but I kind of like lost touch with though when I came home, and never really got in touch with them again, to be honest. So, and sort of just fell out of touch, and like they have their own lives now. So in certain ways, this kind of connected with me, so it did in that kind of way, and it's just that's why I kind of really like. It's one of the reasons why I really love it as much as I do. And it was close to being my game of the year as well. Very much like yourself with Assassins and your game of the year. This was close as well. Like this, it could have been this or the other game, but it chose the other game, which we'll talk about soon enough. But this just a fantastic game though. Which it's like, to me, it's like the indie darling of the year. There's usually a game that's sort of usually goes high on my list every single year. It was this year was Night in the Woods. Last year was Boy. The year before was Undertale. So that streak continues. So that's Night in the Woods.
Yep. Your number two.
Number two. So anyway, Dennis, this is it. It is your numero uno.
Yeah, the game of the year, 2017. You've already talked about it. It is Horizon Zero Dawn, which is my number one game of the year. I picked this up instead of Zelda when it came out, and decided to play through this game, which you talked a lot about it. And I pretty much agree with everything that you said. It's a very good looking game. Like I like the open world in this game. I like the fact that you can go around, and there's like always like monster nests a little bit here and there, and you'll have like a couple of monsters here, a couple of monsters there. You can just pass through without bothering them, or you can hunt them to get parts to build your stuff and fix your stuff or whatever. And I think that the world feels very much alive, and some parts of the world are pretty much it's very similar, like from place to place. And a lot of people said that they preferred to fast travel from place to place instead of walking through the area. I didn't find myself doing that much
I did do it in times as well though. But like if the thing wasn't very
at certain
far,
points.
I
Yeah.
probably tended
But,
to travel there though. But like I did, like
hmm
that was the thing. It did cost like items or something. Once you had like a pass, it cost like a pass or something whenever you want to fast
Yeah, I think
travel.
I had a pass
But
to.
then you got a
Yeah,
certain, I think you got an item later on that just let you fast travel all the time then
unlimited. Yeah,
without any
you could. I think you
consumables.
had to craft that thing or something.
Yeah, or it gets I forget
Um,
exactly when you get what how you got it now.
hmm But you go through a couple of you have some side quests that you can do for certain people. I think the side quests are very interesting. They're their own little story in and of themselves. You can just walk and come across somebody who has something to for you to do, and you do it. And you get some stuff from it, and I I really enjoyed this game a whole lot. I mean, Assassin's Creed came close to beating it, but after I thought about it and looked back on it, I think I had more fun playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think uh, it's not an established franchise. It's something that's new, and you don't see that today a whole lot. Something that comes out of the blue and just uh, gets out there and becomes this big thing anymore. Like it's all established franchises that come back and with sequels and sequels and stuff. And I think for them to come out like that and be one of the biggest games of the year, it's a really good on them. They've only done shooters
Yeah, so
before,
I was
and
going to say that though. The fact is that it's Guerrilla Games who've just been renowned for doing the first Killzone, which are first-person shooters, and have done this completely
yep,
different, gone this completely different direction in this open world game, and it's like they've hit it out of the park in my opinion.
yep, pretty much. They've hit a home run with that one because it's a fantastic game. It's a great story. Probably didn't really it ended in a satisfying way. It probably they probably could have done a little bit more with the ending, but it did finish in a satisfying way. And of course, there's a the zinger at the end that there could be another Horizon Zero Dawn coming up somewhere. There's got to be a sequel. There's got to be something. It's got to become a franchise, of course. But I look forward to playing the second game because I love this game so much. And unlike you, I didn't do everything. I couldn't do the. I really didn't like the hunting challenges in the game. Like it's something that I really didn't like a lot.
Yeah, I can
So I
understand.
didn't.
Like some of them were like pretty hard to do. Other ones like I did
I
like
didn't
kind
stick
of
around
in the
to.
first go, and other ones were like, oh Jesus, took me a bit of time. Like
Mhm.
yeah, I can understand that though. Like they weren't the best parts of the game though.
No, and I didn't do any. I mean, I did everything else in that game. Every other
You
thing
did
I
the
completed.
cauldrons and the
Yep,
cauldrons, which are pretty cool. Like just kind of like these,
the dungeons pretty
yeah, like
much. Yeah,
dungeons. Yeah,
those were really fun.
there's only
Like the big bosses that you face at
yeah
the end. They're really cool,
yeah there's only like four of
and you
them
get
though.
really good stuff
So there
from.
is. So I kind of
Yeah,
wish there was maybe like a couple more.
yeah. There should have been more. There should have been a little bit more. Maybe seven or eight more. Total. It could have been cool.
I want
But yeah, all around this is
I wonder if there's any in the DLC now.
I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if they added some or what they did with that, but yeah, some great voice acting, some good story, and very very good action. As you said, it's very satisfying to use the bow and arrow in this. It's not just shoot 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 until you kill them. You need to plan ahead. You need to okay, I should use fire arrows on this guy, or I should use ice arrows, or electric arrows, or something like that. Because you have to plan ahead and see how you're gonna attack this enemy and how you're gonna bring him down, and you just chip away, like you chip away some pieces of armor that fall, and then you chip away some more, and then you finally kill the boss. That's what I like about the big bosses in this game. Chip away, chip away, chip
Yeah,
away
like
until you
the
just
big robots now.
Yeah,
like the ones like a Stegosaurus or whatever. I think it's what Thunder, like the
yeah,
Thunderjaw. I think it's called. I think that's what it's called.
yeah. The big thunder jaws and the big. There's some more bigger enemies in the game that you need to chip at and to completely destroy. I really enjoyed that, and yeah, that's my game of the year. I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say. You pretty much covered everything when you talked about it. It's a fantastic game, and it's been my number one for a good chunk of the year. Ever since it came out, it's been at number one and hasn't moved from the number one spot since then. So,
Very much
yeah,
like what my game of the year is.
yeah, pretty much like your game of the year.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So go ahead with your number one.
yeah. My game of the year is the first purchased game I got of the 2017, the first new release I got, and that is Yakuza Zero. It's hard to believe that my first official purchase of 2017 would actually end up being my game of the year. Like I
Yeah.
thought several times, okay, like I played through this game, I put 70 hours into it, and I was like, oh, this game, I love this game. I did not expect it to end up being my game of the year at the end of this. So I thought something would have overtaken it. Okay, I thought Zelda might have done it. Nope. I thought maybe Horizon might have done it. Nope. Even Mario, like I said, I thought Mario would have done. It was really one that did it. Nope. But no, it's Yakuza Zero. It was my favorite game. Um,
Hmm.
I was even considering getting this at the when it started though. Like I was considering, oh, I'm gonna wait on it though. I'm gonna like Neo was actually going to be the first game I was going to get last year, but then I think I saw the quick look, or I think I just saw the hubbub about it or something, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get this now. I'm going to pre-order it and get it, and I got it, and I just played it to pretty much death. Um, there is, like you said, there is a lot to do in this game. From, doing the cabaret club, the real estates, and also there's a few loads of other wee mini games whereas like the UFO, the wee catcher machines. You could play a few arcade games like
Hmm.
Space Harrier and the like. Um, there's just so much to do in this game though. It just seems like you can easily spend over 100 hours in this game, and you probably could if you want to do every single last thing in this game and fully
Hmm.
complete. You could spend over 100, 200 hours in this game and do it though, because there's just so much to do, and most of it is fun to do. It's just
Yeah.
so much fun. Like I just can't put into words how much I was surprised by how much I love this game, because this is not like unlike you, this is not my first game in the series. Like I played the original Yakuza when it came out, when I got it back in 2006, I think, the first one on the PS2. I played some of it. I never
Hmm.
finished it. I played a bit of 3, but I never played through it either. And this is the next one I play. I've got the first 4. I've got 5 in PS Plus, but this is the first one that actually went that put you know sit down and actually play through to the end. And it's a long game as well. Like there's about 17 chapters overall, and you could probably spend that's probably like 30 hours or so, 20 or 30 hours just doing the main story alone. But like you mentioned before, there's just so many activities to do, like the cabaret club. Like you mentioned, it's just it could be its own game. It's just that much enjoyable to do. You go around, you give the hostesses to each of the clients, and you level up your hostesses, and there's a platinum hostess which you can like dress up and that as well. You can change. There's like different rankings of hostesses. Like there's like the gold, there's the silver, there's the bronze, and there's like platinum ones, which are like the ones you obtain from defeating each of the bosses of each area, like the kings. I think there were pretty much, and like that's the Majima's sort of that quest line is Majima side, whereas Kiryu has his real estate though. And while it was, I actually enjoyed it as well, even though I did more of it though, I loved the Cabaret Club one more. Um, the introduction to Goro Majima in this game is one of the best introductions to a character
Yeah.
ever. Just the
Yep.
way it works, though, it's just like it's his cabaret club. He sort of is the manager of. He comes in. This customer is getting a bit kind of rowdy, rude, and basically he comes down to sort of stop it, and then he says the customer is always right or whatever, and he's just customer's going to try to hit him, though, but he just like gets out of the way, just evades him and stuff like that. The customer's king or whatever, and like he says, okay, the customer, you have to pay for all everyone's rounds or something like that there for causing a ruckus. And just the way it's just well done. Like the guy, like customer just like pours like champagne or something over his face, and he doesn't like go nuts now. Whereas like
Yeah.
imagine you probably know now though from like the later games in the series probably would just
You probably kill him.
lose because he comes like because he's just a lot more calm and collected back then because this is how his origins. And it's the first, he's like one of the main sort of characters in the series, but this is like the first game in the series you actually play as him. So it is, and like as this is beginning, and you kind of figure out how you should find out how he got his like eye stabbed, how like why he's wearing an eye patch as well through his backstory and things like that, and like the story itself is very interesting. It's very intriguing. Like it's just about this whole empty lot business where it's just this piece of land. It's just this tiny piece of land, and there's a bunch of different factions like in the Kuza, where it's like the Tojo clan, like the Dojima family, or the triad, like the Lotus Flower triad or whatever, the Shimano family, and that they're like gunning out for this here sort of empty lot. It's like worth like $1 billion yen, isn't it? And I have to find out who the owner is, and then you find out. Like,
Yep.
I did not see who the owner is. Like, coming to you.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, I was like, whoa,
It's very
that was
surprising.
surprising as well. And there's like a lot of twists
Yep.
and turns in this game. That just makes it so intriguing. You just want to find out what happens next, though. It's just so well done, though. And there's like like you said, there's a few sort of kind of emotional parts in it, though. But then that sort of the comedic sub stories and that there, like you say, oh, I feel a bit down now. Let's just go do a funny sub story now.
Yep. Let's go to Cabaret
Go
Club.
to the
and
Cabaret
do some
Club and
stuff.
do some of that stuff, and
Yeah.
just have a blast doing that there. And
Yep.
like I never, like this is the second game ever I've played through entirely in like a Japanese dub. Now the first one's Shenmue 2. This is the only other one I've ever done it with. Yakuza Kiwami being the third now because I did it this year as well.
Yeah.
But just such a great game. Like the soundtrack's awesome. Like the intro theme's pretty cool. Some of the boss fights are like the way they're done. This like cinematography kind of stuff is well done. When they're like enter like the like boss titles show up.
Yep.
Like the characters are great though. Like the main sort of ones, Kuze, Awano, and Shibusawa. Like they're like the three lieutenants who are sort of who want to become like the captain of the Dojima family because Kisawa he's in jail, and he's like kind of like the mentor to Kiryu and Nishikiyama. And it's just such a good game. I could go on all day about how much I love this game,
Yeah.
but
It is great. It is a great game.
like
For sure.
I was just surprised by how much I love this game, and I did not expect
Yep.
it to be my game of the year though. But look at that, it's like I had probably the most fun playing this game this year than I did any other game this year. So it did, and that's why it's my 2017 game of the year.
It is just a surprising game for sure. Like it's very, very surprising in many ways. It's just it's not something I didn't expect to like this game as much as I did, but I ended up loving many aspects of it, and it's just the cabaret club thing could be its own game. As I said, it's really that much fun. It is so much fun to play that, and yeah, it's fantastic. I can't disagree with your choice. It's a really good game. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, like that cabaret club, like you said, it could be its own game, and like we were talking about earlier, like it looked so complex when you go through the instructions earlier. Like you say, oh, this is going to be tough, but no, it ended up being very. Like I thought I was going to hate this when it first started, but then like
Yeah, me too.
Once
Yeah.
I did a few times, like it's just something very enjoyable about doing this. Though matching the clients posters as with the right clients not there, and then once their time limit ends, or like when they call them, like hey, I need help here, and then they do these little different like things with their hands, where it's like like you have to figure out what they want, where it's like you want the menu, or like say like they do, like they have their two hands like kind of clasped together in a way, that's their menu, or kind of those different like hand motions to do, where it's the tile they want, or ice, or cigarette or something like that. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
You don't know what each of them are at first though, but then you do figure out, and it's like becomes second nature then.
Yeah, they don't tell you, they don't give you any hints
Yeah,
or anything. You just have to
know,
figure out.
From like the hand motion, the gestures they do with their hands, and it's just great though. And like I say, you do make a lot of money in that there as well, and you rank up in it, and then you fight like whatever. Then you have like a club, a battle then with a rival club.
Yeah.
And then you have to beat them and buy the money to continue on.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
I really do need to go back and play the rest of it though, because I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, you do. You need to go.
So I said, did the first two and just never went on. But the thing is, I probably forgot.
It's really good.
I probably remember some of but then once I start playing again, oh okay, I remember what these different hand gestures.
Oh yeah.
I just
they'll come back to you
so
really easily. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my game of the year. So that's.
You want to run down the top 10 one more time to just
okay, yeah. So
remind people.
Our top 10. So you go first, Dennis.
All right. So number 10 was Cook Serve Delicious 2. Number 9 was Injustice 2. Number 8, Everybody's Golf. Number 7, Splatoon 2. Number 6, Destiny 2. Number 5, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 4, Night in the Woods. Number 3, Yakuza 0. Number 2, Assassin's Creed Origins. And number 1, Horizon Zero Dawn.
We had, 3 games or 4 games in our same games in our top 5?
Yep.
That goes to show, yeah.
Yep.
That's right. I think
we had the same game of the year last year, so
But yeah, not this year though. But I think
nope.
4 of the 5 top game. I think it's 4 of the 5. 3 of the 5 had same games. That's pretty cool. Anyway, my top 10 is Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Number 9 is Neo. 8 is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. 7 is Nier Automata. 6 is Hollow Knight. 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn. 4 is Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. 3 is Super Mario Odyssey. 2 is Night in the Woods. And number 1 is Yakuza 0.
Cool.
So 2018 is upon us now, and hopefully it'll be. I don't know if it'll be as strong a year as 2017. At the moment,
I've looked a little bit at what's coming up, and there needs to be better stuff.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Like there is games that I'm looking forward to though, but it's not like to the point of like. The fact is, there's nothing really. Like I'm looking at the list that's coming out at the first few months of the year, and there's nothing though. Like the only game that I can say now that I'm very much looking forward to that's coming out the first few months is Ni no Kuni 2.
Okay.
Is
that a certainty?
Yeah, that is a certainty. I'm definitely getting that game because I loved Ni no Kuni. It will if it gets delayed, I'll be pissed. It got delayed twice already. It's supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out November last year, got
Mhm.
delayed. I think supposed to come out this month, got delayed to
Mhm.
March. So hopefully it'll come out. And then Yakuza 6 as well. I'm very looking forward to it though. But like I said earlier, I kind of want to play through the other
Mhm.
ones first. Um, but like,
Yeah.
there's anything that comes to your mind that you?
In the first month, there's nothing I want unless there's something that comes out surprisingly, but I don't see anything here. February,
Oh, sorry. There's another game I forgot. Completely forgot. I don't know how. The
Monster Hunter World.
Kingdom Come Deliverance
Okay.
is another game that I'm very much looking forward to. It's a sort of game. I think it's done by a few of the guys who did Mafia 2,
Mhm.
and I believe it's also not a Kickstarter game. I think.
Yeah.
I've been seeing footage of it though. There was like a video of it a few months back showing you them doing this like quest, and you could like there's the various different ways you can like do this quest and how you can end the quest and stuff like that as well, which is pretty cool and like very much looks very cool. It's like kind of a medieval game. It's like it's not entirely like it's sort of like a more serious kind of medieval game rather than like the proper medieval fantasy though.
Mhm.
So that's definitely one I'm looking forward to. In the
I think March is where I start to see a couple of games that I might be interested in. I want to maybe check out Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. I might actually want to check that out, depending on what it looks like. There's Sea of Thieves that comes out the same day also, and Yakuza 6.
I just hope
Um,
Sea of Thieves is good now. Like I'm interested in it though, but I'm not like chomping at the bit for it now
yeah, me neither.
because like the last rare game that I liked was Viva Pinata.
Hmm.
I played a good chunk of and liked was Viva Pinata. Like Banjo Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. I know a lot of people like though, but I think I was probably one of those people where I just kind of wish it was just more like an actual proper Banjo Kazooie game rather than what it was though. But I heard it's like, great game now, but I just never
Hmm.
put the time into it.
There's one game that I'll talk about. I won't say here, but I'll talk about a little later on. That comes out the 23rd.
Okay.
27th, there's Far Cry 5 and MLB The Show, which are MLB The Show for me is a certainty because I love those games. But
Yes, that's your annual purchase.
yeah, that's my annual purchase, and there's supposed to be a lot more. Like they refined the game a bunch, so I can't wait to see that. And it's HDR, so it should look amazing. Um, Far Cry 5, I'm actually interested in seeing. There's co-op in the game and everything, so I'm
Yes,
interested to see.
story co-op, campaign co-op. At last,
Yep,
thank goodness. I really wish it was in the last game. I would
yep.
have finished it if it did.
Are you getting a Dark Souls remastered?
Oh yes,
What console are you getting it
the
on?
Switch.
Switch? Okay,
Because
that's cool.
you know me with my Dark Souls.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite games of all time, and
yep.
yeah, I'm definitely getting it.
There's Darksiders 3 that's coming also this
That
year.
is one of my most anticipated games of of 2018 as well. I loved the first two games, and I'm just so happy that they're doing a third one because I thought that series was
Yeah,
dead when
yeah. We all thought it was dead. Yeah.
when second one didn't do so great, and THQ and like the actual studio visual games went down the hole. But
Hmm.
it's a different developer now, and I think a few of the people on it are ones who worked on the first two games. So, but yeah, like from what I've seen of it though, the combat I seen like there was a little gameplay video of it there like a month or two ago, and from what I've seen of it, it looks very like Lords of Shadow. The combat looks pretty similar to Lords of Shadow, which
Yep.
is yep, that's a good thumbs up for me because I love Lords of Shadow.
Yeah. There's Days Gone coming, which I couldn't give a fuck about. To
You
be
never know.
honest.
Like that could be one of those games like no one cares about, and all of a sudden like could.
Yeah, nobody cares, and then it's fucking
Yeah,
huge.
but yeah, this doesn't seem to be like a lot of people don't really seem to care about it though. Like it hasn't lit the world on fire. Like the last two times I was shown at E3, it was like, this looks alright. It's not not blowing me away now.
No, I forgot about Anthem. Anthem is coming Q4. Don't know what that's gonna be like.
What is your most anticipated game of 2018?
My most anticipated game, if it comes out this year, of course, is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
If it comes out this year. It's supposed to be Q2, but who knows? It might be pushed back.
Yes, it's a Rockstar game. Rockstar games
Yep.
don't tend to. Well, it was already delayed once, so
Yeah. Maybe they'll delay it again. I hope not, but that's my most anticipated. I cannot wait to play that game. And I hope to fuck that they have online. I really hope they have online because that was a fantastic part of that game. It was so fun to play online.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder.
Did I play
wonder,
online with you?
Yeah, we did play.
In
We
that?
did play a bunch together. I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I very much definitely enjoyed the online in that game though, and we did like travel around, did something like the bandit hideouts or whatever and stuff like that. Now.
Yeah, I did play with James Logan also
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Yeah, I really like. To me, that's still the best Rockstar game.
Yeah.
Like I personally liked it more than GTA 4 and 5. It was
Mhm.
the only Rockstar game that's been in my top 10 in the last decade. So yeah, it's not my most anticipated game, but it's definitely up there. It's probably my
Yeah.
third most anticipated game at the moment.
Mhm.
You probably have an idea what my most anticipated game is if it makes it.
If it makes it, yeah. Yeah. I hope it's good.
What is it?
Shenmue 3?
Yes. Oh boy, I hope it comes out.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's like it's the most successful Kickstarter video game Kickstarter now, and
Into history,
yeah,
yeah.
hopefully it's good. We bit
Notice a couple of games here that I'm looking, it's like there's some that look interesting, like, there's what did I see here? Like Spider-Man, like that looks fun. It's
Spider-Man,
PS.
Skull and Bones,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a few games.
State of Decay 2.
Yeah, that has co-op as well. I know Derek quite
Yep.
liked the first game, so he did of it now, and I know he's
I love the first game, but it gets really, really fucking tough.
State of Decay. I
Yeah.
never knew you played that.
Yeah, I played it on PC.
Okay.
It gets really, 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 really hard.
I'm curious.
I
I'm
don't know if it'll
curious,
be
I'm curious to
easier.
see what Vampire is like though, because it's by Doug Nod, and like I liked Remember Me and Life is Strange. Like Life. I liked Remember Me and loved Life is Strange, so I'm looking forward to the next game they're doing.
I know one of yours, God of War.
Correct. That is my second most anticipated game of the year.
I wonder how that's going to be.
It is one of my God of War is one of my favorite series, so it is. There's not a single game in the series that I've disliked. I've loved them all. I pretty much like them all. The second one though is the pinnacle of the series in my honest opinion, and I think that seems to be the consensus. And I'm very much looking forward to this one. It's Norse mythology now rather than Greek, and the combat looks a bit different. And I wonder what happens to that kid if he gets killed or.
Do you think you're going to play as Kratos or you're going to play as the kid?
I want to yeah. You're going to play as Kratos, though, but I wouldn't be surprised if at a certain point of the game you do play as the child.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be there for nothing.
Yeah.
Like there's what did I see? Detroit Become a Human. That looks good. That looks really good.
A lot of
I
people
like the
hate
David
David
Cage's.
Cage games, the Quantic Dream games. I liked Heavy
I
Rain and
love
I
them.
liked Beyond Two Souls. They're
Yep.
both in my top
Yep.
tens of their respective years, so I'm looking forward to Detroit.
Yeah, me too. I love those games, so I don't really care what people say. I'm anticipating this game. It's not in my top three most anticipated, but I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Well, it's not a game that probably like you're looking forward to. Like I'm not looking forward to though. I'm just basically saying it out here. Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. That the
Yeah,
first act of it came out, I think, in 2013,
yeah,
and the
that's right.
final act
That's a
is
long time.
finally coming out now this year, 5 years later.
Wow, that's crazy.
So finally, that story's getting complete.
Yep. There's a Metro Exodus,
Exodus, yeah.
which looks to be good. You finally go outside, and there's no radiation anymore. So that'll be interesting to see. Probably an open world game, I'm thinking.
Could be.
Pillars of Eternity 2 is another one I'm looking forward to because I fucking love the first game, and I can't wait for the second one.
I'm very much looking forward. I'm curious about Code Vein, which is the team to do the God Eater games, and it sort of has
Yeah.
it looks has its sort of elements to like Dark Souls, not exactly the same, but from the look of it, it looks intriguing to me. That's another one.
What what is Super Meat Boy Forever?
It's kind of like a runner, one of those runner
Okay.
games. From what I've seen of it, it was shown. A trailer was shown. I think one was during one of the Nintendo Indies, like the Nindies videos, like a few months back.
Okay.
It looked like a runner, so it did.
Okay. Oh, The Wolf Among Us Season 2. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's previously on like the last season of The Walking Dead as well. Apparently, I assume
Yeah, final
one
season.
like
Yeah.
I assume it'll probably be like one of them will be out late in the year, and the other one will be coming out like around during middle of the year or something. Because they're still on. Well, I think it's sorry the Batman one. They're it's ongoing at the moment now. So I
hmm
assume once it's finished, I assume it'll probably be Wolf Among Us will start then.
Well, they're doing another World of Warcraft expansion.
Yes, Battle for Azeroth. This is the seventh one, I think.
Damn.
Let me
Okay.
see. There was Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria. Uh, yeah, it's the seventh expansion.
Oh, there's also Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes.
Yeah, that's No More Heroes game. Definitely looking forward to it. I like the first two, although it's probably gonna be pretty different because I think it's like collaboration with other developers.
Yeah, there's a couple of games I didn't really see. Like in the first System Shock is coming. That's probably a remaster
Yeah.
of the original
Looking at
game.
I'm on the Wikipedia page. Like there is a bunch of games we're looking forward to though, but it's nothing. It doesn't seem to be at the moment. Like there's nothing like
You fall over your,
yeah, for like
you know.
like the like in terms of like the first few months of this year, there's not a whole lot.
Yeah, it's
Whereas
on. For me,
last
there's only March. Like it starts in
yeah,
March.
like whereas
So,
last year there was like Yakuza Zero, there was Neo, there was flipping Horizon and
yep.
Zelda, there was Nier Automata, and like all those games came out in the first couple of months.
hmm So I guess what are your well, we know a couple of your most anticipated games. I think we already know your top three.
Yeah, it's Shenmue 3, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption 2. All my mentions go to Darksiders 3 and Ni no Kuni 2.
Okay.
Probably my like, top 5, I'd say.
Mine are Red Dead Redemption 2, Mario Tennis Aces, which I've been looking forward to a tennis game, and I hope this one is good. I hope I can, it's Mario, so I hope there's a good element. I think there's a story mode in this one, so it should be fun to play through. And A Way Out is another game I'm looking forward to. I've seen a couple of things on that game, and it looks pretty good. So,
Yeah, the game I'm looking forward to definitely. I don't know. I think his behavior at the Game Awards kind of put me off the game a little. I know it's kind of
hmm
silly saying, but like the way he just went on, kind of went a bit overboard.
yeah, he kind of exaggerated, I know, but that doesn't take away from
Yeah,
his game,
but like he
I
did
guess.
Brothers, and Brothers was a great game.
Yep, exactly. And this has co-op, so should be fun to play together.
Hmm.
And that comes out
It
soon. I
comes
think
out
it
in
comes out
March.
March.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
It seems to be where March seems where it hits. Like a lot of big games are coming out though. Like it's,
yep.
but yeah, like it's like Monster Hunter World. I'll probably get. Although there's a few other like there's a few games actually we're looking at here now. There's games that I probably would get though, but nothing to the point of oh my like in terms of big retail releases. That's the first
hmm
one. But I'm like looking at Iconoclast and Celeste, and like I might get them. So just to
Okay.
keep me over, like hopefully.
Yeah, of course, there's going to be some surprises and some games that'll drop that'll be fantastic and,
Yeah,
that we don't expect.
yeah. Just have to wait till
So,
E3 and the likes and see what comes out in the second half of the year.
yep, because nothing really announced in the second half. No sign of Crackdown anywhere. I, I'm actually waiting for Crackdown to buy a Xbox One X. So,
Yeah. To be honest, though, at
because
this
there's a,
point, I would not be surprised if that game ends up getting cancelled because
yeah, I wouldn't be
that game has
surprised.
just been in limbo forever. It seems like when was that first announced? Like 2015.
Yeah, something like that, a while back, and there's been like nothing
Like
on it
Scalebound
since
got like
then.
it was like around that, and like Scalebound, I think they were around announced the same time or so, and like Scalebound got cancelled. I would not be
hmm
surprised if Crackdown ends up the same way.
It's too bad because it's an exclusive to, Xbox.
Yeah, that was
So,
like that was a big loss as well for Microsoft when Scalebound got cancelled. Like I was
yep,
really disappointed with it though because it was a platinum game and just sucked when that got cancelled.
yep. Yeah, there's a couple of things, interesting things in 2018, which I think probably Red Dead is one of the biggest games in that list. So, of course, everybody's freaking out for that game for sure. So, we'll see. We'll see how it
We'll
goes
see, yeah,
for the rest of the year.
indeed. So, you want to wrap things up here?
Yep, let's
It's
go.
gone for like practically 5 hours in recording
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
I did not expect this to go on so long, but usually when we're on load, we just tend to go on way too long, way longer than we think.
Yeah, that's usually what
Yeah.
happens.
But anyway, that was our top 10 games of the year, along with our disappointments, our honorable mentions,
A couple of other
most
stuff.
anticipated, etc., etc.
Yep.
Look out for Derek's top 10. He'll probably do his maybe in a future episode, like I said, or he might put it on Twitter. I don't know what he's going to do, but he said he'll probably do it in a supplemental episode in the future. So,
Yeah, maybe a solo one
yeah,
or something.
or like I'll just, we'll just have to wait and see. But
Yeah, we can join in and
yeah.
listen.
So anyway, thank you, Dennis, for joining in this long crusade.
Yep, thank you.
2017 was a great year.
Yep,
Cheers to 2018. Goodbye, all.
yep. Bye. Have fun playing games again forever.